punishing Type B for trying to break through that early. Go for the counterattack, but still there's a very nice contain on Cal. He still hasn't really broken through that contain. He wants to be, at this point, he wants to break through the contain and be running back and forth between the 9 o'clock and the natural expansion with his troops in the middle of the map, not back and forth between that little area on the other side of the bridge. Oh, High Templar killing quite a few drones there that were running away. Oh, a nice little Zealot drop from him too, getting kind of a double-pronged attack with a High Templar and a bunch of Zealots here ripping through. And Zealots, yet again, might be able to take out a lair if Type B doesn't commit enough troops to taking this out. But he's focused firing on the lair, so I think, yeah, he's going to have to back off, get a few drone kills, and then the Zealots are going to die. But he can always go in with another drop with more Zealots and take out that lair. Yet again, some excellent lair sniping from Cal so far. But Cal has a lot of shuttles here. I think he has 4 shuttles out in the field. He has 1 running away from Scourge over here, and he has 3 down in his natural expansion. He's kind of finding it hard to keep all of his troops together because he probably has a lot of troops over there at the 9 o'clock position. Yeah, he has them kind of crammed in, so they're kind of running all over the place, thanks to the great pathfinding of StarCraft. There's a bunch of Reavers out for Cal, and I think he's going to go out with just basically Reavers and shuttles and probably some High Templar and shuttles to get some economic harassment. The shuttle managing to skirt by the remaining Scourge. Of course, that shuttle is on low health, but Cal is known for using red shuttles. He is known as the Red Shuttle because he has done some incredible work with shuttles that have basically 2 health left. Even more Reavers out for Cal, so wow, he's waiting for a lot of troops before he decides to break out, which could be waiting a little bit too long because Cal, he has a very nice army here, especially with these Reavers. He's going to be able to break through this contain, I think, no problem. But still, he's deciding to wait before he moves out. It looks like he might be starting out. Wow, that's a lot of Reavers for Cal. I think he has 2 more Reavers at his natural expansion. Looks like he's going to break through all of these lurkers. These lurkers are kind of clumped up, so it shouldn't be too hard for him to break out. Coming up, Reavers Scarab there, and taking out 1 more lurker. So he's slowly but surely breaking through this contain. I think he's going to be able to break through it now pretty easily with these Scarabs. Going to break through, and Type B coming down here. He's going to try to do some sniping, I think. He's going to try to snipe these Reavers, but Cal very quick to pick up those Reavers, getting a nice storm there too, punishing Type B yet again and taking out his Overlords that are just kind of hanging out, playing poker above those troops. But still, I think Cal should be pushing a little bit faster than this. He has the advantage right now. He has a nice splash army out there. He has plenty of storms prepared. And Type B trying to attack again with some Zerglings, getting absolutely completely dissolved by all of the Zealots that are in there. That storm doesn't really hit anything. Man, look at all these Reavers out for Cal. He's using the Scarabs to just pick at the lurkers as much as he can, breaking out here. And I think Type B at this point, he's going to use all of his larvae for troops so he can hold this contain. He sees that Cal is trying to break out, so he's going to run in with his Hydras and plenty of lurkers to get this done. Oh, a nice storm and the splash damage. Excellent storms for Cal, but a lot of Reavers coming in here too, so he's got to pick up his Reavers. Oh, a lot of lurkers coming in. I think I said Reavers earlier, but man, look at these storms from Cal, just completely destroying the amount of lurkers that are in. And all very powerful Protoss troops left. He has plenty of High Templar still alive, so Type B hasn't really been committing to sniping those. I think he's been committing to sniping the Reavers, which is probably the #1 priority anyway. But oh man, look at all these High Templar. That's ridiculous. I think Cal has maybe 10 High Templar out. Yeah, he's morphing some of them to Archons, which is the best idea at this stage of the game. He let Type B get both of the 2 o'clock expansions, though, so that's not good for him. He's going to be swarmed by Ultra Suit. Man, look at all these Reavers. Oh, that's more big slugs than in Nausicaa Valley of the Wind or something like that, which I think that Reavers were based from. But man, Cal doing a pretty good job. He loses a couple Reavers in that attack, but he took out most of the troops that were attacking him. And it looks like this contain is going to go down here. Another couple of storms from Cal. He storms his own observer, so he can't really see the lurkers unless he has another observer in the area. Can't really tell. But Cal at this point, he's got to focus on getting Zealots, some melee units, some hardcore units that are meant to die to go out there and go out first, so he can go in with plenty of Archons and Reavers, High Templar. But really, all he has right now are Archons, Reavers, and High Templar, which could be absolutely destroyed if there's a nice enough pincer attack from Type B. So he's got to get the worker troops, the worker bees out. A lot of zealots coming out of those gateways would definitely help him in this situation. He still really hasn't broken out of this contain yet, which surprises me. He has very strong amount of units, nice little unit selection from him. He could definitely fight against this Dark Swarm coming in from Type B. Look at this, just ripping through all the units under the Dark Swarm, saying, I'm not scared by your Dark Swarm. Of course, you got to keep a good, healthy observer count if he wants to see the units hidden under the Dark Swarm. Going in, getting his, wow, a lot of Reaver Scarabs there. And Type B is still holding this contain. Very, very impressive contain from Type B. But of course, he's spending all of his minerals on getting troops over to this location. Wow, Type B is actually picking off some critical units here from Cal. Picking off some Reavers and picking off the High Templar, I believe. And Cal finally pushing through, and I think Cal has finally broken through this contain. So Type B's got to fall back, come up with another plan, because Cal has finally broken through. But still, Cal is only at 3 bases. Type B has taken the 6 o'clock. He's taken both the 2 o'clock bases. So I think he will be able to out-macro Cal here if Cal can't get another base soon. I think Cal kind of twiddled his thumbs there a little bit too long and didn't aggressively push out like he needed to. He might have just been waiting for energy for the High Templar, of course, but still, it's not doing him any favors now that there's basically hatches all over the map pumping Zerglings to his location. Because Type B, as soon as he has Cracklings and their Adrenaline upgraded Zerglings, he's just going to rip through this forest, no matter how many Archons are in there. It looks like there's a shuttle trying to dart around here. It's not going to find a very safe place to dart, though, being over there, and I think Type B definitely spotted that shuttle, so he's going to know it's coming. Might go in with a couple of skirts to pick that off. Finally, the 4th base coming up for Cal. If he can get that 4th base up and running and hold it, get it held there, he's going to be in a very good position because he'll be able to get all of his Protoss units up to 3-3 upgrades, 3-3-3 upgrades. And a fully upgraded Protoss can destroy any Zerg army, basically just any Zerg army. Fully upgraded Ultras, no problem against a Reaver Archon army like that with splash damage all over the place. So he's got to get up that 4th base and hold it. And he's coming down with a pretty small army compared to Type B. Type B has a lot of troops out. It might be mostly Zerglings, but I see so many orange dots in the middle of the map. And this base being spotted by Type B, so wow, Cal's #1 priority right now to defend that Nexus. He's got to get that Nexus up right now because he's a little bit behind on his macro, I think. Putting down the pylon again so he can throw down some cannons. But, oh man, a lot of troops moving up the map for Type B at the moment. And Cal, I think Cal's #1 priority should be just hanging around that new base. Because if he doesn't, he's going to be completely out-macroed by Type B. That is going to be the deciding part of this game. Type B might be going in for a counterattack or something, but there's plenty of cannons down there to defend the natural, I think. So Type B, I think he's going to go for a pincer attack. Gets a plague on a bunch of Dragoons, so that's not good for Cal. He's going to be surrounded here. Oh, man, a huge amount of troops moving across the map for Type B. He's going for a pincer attack, a huge pincer, dropping all of the Reavers in. Plenty of storms from Cal, but I don't think he's going to be able to fight this off even with this amount of storms. Type B he's throwing in his troops piecemeal. This might be a bit closer than I thought it would be, but yeah, Type B is just pushing Cal back into a corner. Cal forcing to run over to his natural expansion, well, not his new base rather, with these Reavers to defend it against all these Hydras that are coming up. He knew that Type B would try to attack this base as soon as he took down all of those troops, but he's running in with Reavers, running in there with some probes. He needs to defend this base. If he can't defend this base, this game is going to be over for him. Oh, he can't defend it. GG from Cal. And now we have a series, Type B fighting back. Let's move on to the 3rd set.